Welcome to Module 4, Personnel. In this session, we will cover Chapter 7/8, Workplace Substance Abuse. Substance abuse presents a significant challenge for organizations, impacting employee performance, workplace safety, and overall security. Understanding its causes, effects, and management strategies is essential for maintaining a safe and productive work environment. Workplace substance abuse refers to the misuse of drugs or alcohol that affects an individual's ability to perform their job safely and effectively. A comprehensive approach is required to address this issue, including prevention, detection, and response. Organizations must focus on protecting their people, maintaining productivity, and safeguarding their reputation. This requires clear policies, awareness, and consistent enforcement. Substance abuse has far-reaching consequences in the workplace. It affects physical and psychological health, leading to impaired judgment, reduced concentration, and increased risk of accidents. Employees under the influence may experience decreased productivity, higher absenteeism, and reduced morale. Additionally, organizations face increased costs related to insurance, legal liabilities, and potential reputational damage. Understanding the scope of the problem is the first step toward effective risk management. Substance abuse often follows a predictable path, beginning with experimentation and progressing to dependency. In the early stages, individuals may continue to function, but performance gradually declines. As abuse escalates, behavioral changes become more evident, affecting reliability, decision-making, and workplace relationships. In severe cases, it leads to professional and personal collapse, including job loss and health deterioration. Recognizing these stages allows organizations to intervene early and prevent long-term consequences. Drugs of abuse are classified into schedules based on their potential for abuse and accepted medical use. Schedule I substances have the highest abuse potential and no accepted medical use, while lower schedules indicate decreasing levels of risk. Understanding these classifications helps organizations assess the severity of substance-related risks. It also supports the development of appropriate policies, controls, and response strategies within the workplace. Several categories of drugs are commonly encountered in workplace environments. Depressants, including alcohol, slow down the central nervous system and impair coordination and judgment. Stimulants increase alertness but can lead to erratic behavior and dependence. Marijuana affects perception, reaction time, and cognitive function. Prescription drugs, when misused, can also significantly impact performance and safety. Awareness of these substances and their effects is essential for identifying risks and ensuring workplace safety. Addiction is a chronic condition characterized by dependence and compulsive behavior. In the workplace, it often manifests through declining performance, behavioral changes, and reduced reliability. A common challenge is denial, not only by the individual but sometimes by coworkers and supervisors who may overlook early warning signs. Enabling behavior further aggravates the problem, where colleagues unintentionally support the individual by ignoring or covering up issues. Codependency can also develop, where others become emotionally or professionally entangled in the situation. Recognizing these patterns is essential for timely and effective intervention. Employers play a critical role in preventing and managing substance abuse in the workplace. A clear, well-communicated policy forms the foundation of any effective program. Education and awareness initiatives help employees understand the risks and consequences of substance abuse. Supervisor training is equally important, enabling early identification of warning signs and appropriate response. Support systems, such as employee assistance programs, provide employees with access to counseling and rehabilitation resources. A proactive and structured approach ensures both prevention and early intervention. Intervention is a structured process aimed at addressing substance abuse while supporting recovery. It begins with observation, identifying patterns of behavior that indicate a problem. This is followed by a professional and objective confrontation focused on facts rather than assumptions. Interviews and documentation are critical to ensure accuracy and consistency. Finally, follow-up is essential to monitor progress and reinforce accountability. Effective intervention balances discipline with support, ensuring that both organizational interests and employee well-being are addressed. Workplace drug testing is an important tool for prevention, detection, and deterrence. Testing may be conducted during pre-employment, randomly, post-incident, or based on reasonable suspicion. Different methods, including urine, blood, and hair analysis, are used depending on policy and requirements. However, testing must be conducted in accordance with legal and regulatory frameworks, ensuring fairness, privacy, and accuracy. When implemented correctly, drug testing strengthens workplace safety and reinforces organizational standards. Building a drug-free workplace requires a comprehensive and consistent approach. Organizations must recognize the true cost of substance abuse, not only in financial terms, but also in safety, productivity, and morale. Clear policies must be enforced consistently, supported by education, training, and testing programs. Intervention should be timely and structured, focusing on both accountability and recovery. Ultimately, creating a safe and productive workplace depends on leadership commitment and a culture of responsibility. As we conclude, a safe workplace is not achieved by policy alone, but by the discipline to enforce it and the courage to act when it matters. Thank you for your time and attention.